The problem with school bathrooms. We should play bingo to the video, man. Is he gonna mention school gooners? Some type of like substance use? Trash, disheveled, destroyed toilets? Or maybe all of the above. That's probably the most likely answer.
You open the door and immediately you're hit with a smell that makes your nose hairs curl.
Okay.
You already know what's about to happen, but you can't stop it. So you step into the bathroom, scan
Oh my god, dude. Look how nasty this
it
is.
to see which stall is safest to use, but newsflash, none of them are.
Facts.
So you go into the one that looks the least like it will give you an incurable disease and wish for the best. That was every single school bathroom trip. And because my school,
And you know for sure, rule number one, if you ever use the school bathroom, okay, first of all, you're already kind of wilding if you're taking a dump. Now, number two, your butt is about to get STDs, all of the above, okay? But if you do have to, you got to do the luxurious, glorious toilet paper method. You lay down 2 sets of layers of toilet paper because if your cheeks dare to touch the seat of that toilet, bro, you are going to have microbiology crawling inside of your hole by the time you're done with school for the day, bro. Deadass.
growing up had literally no rules besides just don't bother the teachers while they're on their lunch break. I have a lot of stories about my experiences with this place.
Yo, why is Tyler Loki mogging, bro? W jawline right here, bro.
Before I get into these stories that are literally giving me PTSD just to think about, there are some universal things that every school bathroom had that I gotta talk about.
Okay.
First off, the walls were always covered in writing. It looked like graffiti, but instead of just putting some cool design like people do on the side of a freeway, it would have something written on it like, who has more aura? And then it would have the name Diddy on one side and LeBron on the other, and
Bro, what?
you see a bunch of tallies under each name. There was one time where I went into the bathroom and someone wrote on the wall, how are you doing? But the next day when I went in, right under that message, it said, good, how are you? Then the next day, it said under that message, I'm good, thanks for asking.
We're having bathroom conversations, yo. I don't know whether to be like impressed, shocked, happy that we're having connection, or like scared that you guys had this idea while taking a dump.
And the next day, under that
Like,
message,
bro, when there's a log coming out of me, bro, pause. Okay, there's probably a bunch of crazy things I've said that could be clipped out of context, whatever, okay? It's too late. If there's something coming at me, bro, the last thing I'm gonna be worried about is freaking communicating with people through the walls, man. I think also the most memorable thing I remember seeing in the bathroom was like a writing on the wall saying, psst, I'm watching you pee right now. Crazy.
it said,
I'm gonna touch you.
that was where the conversation ended. There was no rules for what could be written on that wall. Someone put a phone number on it one time that said, call me, and I thought it was funny. So I typed the number into my phone, but when it started ringing, I realized it was my number. Who wrote that on the wall? I never found out, but it just
No way that happened, bro. I do not believe you.
shows what type of things happen in there. And every single bathroom was disgusting. So of course, you always wanted to make sure you washed your hands after finishing. The
Yo,
only
janitors do not get paid enough to clean up that bathroom, bro.
problem was the paper towel dispenser was either empty or jammed, or you had quite literally the worst air drying system ever. You'd press the button and the machine would shoot out less air than my farts do.
Yo, I have not touched those little air machine thingies ever since I saw one TikTok of a person collecting the bacteria that comes out of the machine, and it looks like it's growing like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the freaking pot. I never use those air filters. If there's no paper towels to wipe my hands, bro, I'm going like these. I'm grabbing like my clothes. I'm freaking doing like this or something. I don't know.
was always that thin pink liquid that somehow made your hands feel even more dirty than before you washed
Yeah.
them. The mirror always had a smudge that had clearly been there since the building was built. Sometimes it even had pee on it.
I really hope that part wasn't just my school.
But here's the crazy part. With all of that, the smell, the wet floor, the graffiti, this bathroom was somehow the most eventful place in the entire school.
Yes.
More things happened in this room than any other room in school. The bathroom was where everything went down every single day, and it had nothing to do with actually using the bathroom, which is exactly where this story starts. Now, unfortunately, as we all know, school toilet paper, if you could even call it actual toilet paper, was thinner than my bank account after spending.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm glad he's mentioning these things. I didn't even think about this. But let's be real, bro. Them public toilet paper rolls in general, it doesn't matter if it's school, if it's like a mall or grocery store or convenience store, wherever it is, they be getting the thinnest toilet paper. It's like the type of toilet paper that, yo, TMI, if you wipe, bro, it crumbles inside of your crack, bro. It's that bad. You know what I'm talking about. I know you do.
All my money on pictures of LeBron in a maid dress. Like if you held up a piece of that toilet paper, you could see your hand on the other side. It was translucent. Yeah, bet you didn't expect me to say a word that big, huh? I actually know a lot of big words because I'm very smart, like vasectomy, circumcision. I just Googled those last two, so I don't actually know what they mean. But anyways, school toilet paper was somehow both rough and weak at the same time. Like it would scratch you when using it to wipe, but also dissolve on contact.
Yeah.
It was engineered
Yo,
specific.
3 or 4 wipes in, you got like a nice rash afterwards. Brief intermission. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button. We're on the road to 400,000 subscribers. Thank you very much.
to be as useless as possible. So one day, I'm in school, and I always had to go to the bathroom the same time every day. My body was on a consistent clock, and it always had to go during third period.
Okay.
But this day was worse because I had to go number 2. Now let's make something very clear. I did everything in my power to not go number 2 in the restroom. I was clenching my cheeks for an hour, but then I felt a fart coming that I realized was definitely not just a fart. And I knew if I didn't use the bathroom, fourth period would come, and my leg would suddenly have a brown streak going down it.
Okay.
So I tapped my teacher on the shoulder and say,
Hey, I need to go to the bathroom for a while. I promise I'm not trying to skip school, but
You
if
could have the worst diarrhea in the world, and the teacher will look at you, have the nerve to say, hey, there's somebody out there already, and you need to have the pass. Worst thing ever.
don't let me go, it will smell like a baby's diaper inside this
A
classroom.
teacher will tell you can't go to the bathroom, but then if you look at them and assert dominance by saying, I'm gonna take a dump right in the middle of your classroom floor on your desk, matter of fact, for everybody to watch me, then they're gonna really be scared.
so she lets me go, and I arrive at the bathroom. I pick the least horrible stall, then I wipe the toilet down about 40 times and do my business. I don't know if this is TMI, but I felt like I was fighting in World War II trying to get this log out. Anyways, eventually it's time to wipe.
Yeah.
So I reach for the toilet paper roll, but there's a problem. There's maybe 1.5 rotations left on it. So I start pulling slowly, gently, knowing I have to use every single piece I have left perfectly. But what happens when I try pulling? It tears immediately. Of course.
That's the worst, bro. Okay, let's be real. Let's make this a safe space right now. Let's be completely honest with me, okay? You've been in a situation where you ran out of the toilet paper, bro. What is the wildest thing that you have done to make sure that you were clean at the end of the day, bro? There have been people that have used, that I know, my friends, who have used like the freaking cardboard part of the toilet paper and scooped, crazy work. If you're at home, your best option, as crazy as it might sound, dig inside, bro, and then wash it after, hop in the shower after, man.
It does. I look at what I have in my hand, which is about this much, and I do the calculation to see if I'm gonna be able to do this. The calculation is not in my favor. So I use the one piece of toilet paper I have left and hope that I get a ghost wipe and I can just leave the bathroom. But of course I didn't. Once the last piece was all used up, I still had a lot of work to do. Now let me ask you, what would you do in this situation? This isn't a rhetorical question either. Like, actually comment what you would do because I'm still not sure if I made the right decision.
I would maybe see if I have something else that I could use to wipe for me. Like if I had like a pair of underwear that I just didn't like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm using that to wipe it up and then I'm throwing them away.
But what happened next is something I really hope no one watching this ever has to go through, because I made sure the coast was clear. Then I opened the door to my stall, crab walked to the next stall, took the roll from that one, and went back to my stall as quickly as possible.
Why?
If someone had walked into the bathroom—
Wait, you don't even gotta go back. Why would you go back? Just stay in the new stall.
In this moment, I'm pretty sure I would have been either expelled for public indecency or screenshotted and had pictures taken of me that would still be on the internet today. Neither of those things happened though.
I think you'd be fine, honestly. There were so many people who would drop their pants to the ankles at their urinal who didn't understand how it worked. So you'd be alright.
So I took the roll from the other stall, and you might think this is where the pain and suffering of this story ends. But no, because remember how I said how thin the toilet paper was? Well, when I tried using this toilet paper to wipe, it ripped as I was wiping. And when I looked at my hand, let's just say my hand was a little more brown than it is right now. I don't think I need to elaborate anymore. I finished up after this nightmare, walked back to third period, and said nothing to no one. This is why when you look around at people in public, you never know what's going on inside people's lives. True. I doubt anyone looking at me in that moment would have guessed that 5 minutes ago, I was fighting the Dookie monster in the bathroom. But
well, due to the fact that I'm just different, I'm smarter on a level of genius that human beings cannot comprehend, I would have looked at you and said, as a master manipulator like Ayano Koji,
I know, you just came back from taking the silly, stinky little poopy.
Yo, that was so cringe, bro. You know what? Yo, it's getting late. I gotta stop making jokes. I'm sorry you guys had to listen to that.
I'm not the type of person that will just have an experience like this and let it go. No, I don't want to see this happen to anyone else. So I'm making a petition to make the toilet paper in bathrooms thicker. Now, does getting signatures on a petition actually do anything? I have no idea, but
we need Charmin Ultra Soft, bro.
Other people online do it, so I'm gonna do it too. The crazy part is, every single bathroom was like this. It didn't matter what level of school you were in. They all had horrible toilet paper. I once went to Harvard, not because I actually went to school there. I was just visiting a friend. He didn't go to school there either. He was just as dumb as me. But he lived by there. But we were on their campus, and we went to their bathroom, and even they had horrible toilet paper. So every single grade of school has it. But it's not until about middle school where it becomes very obvious that the bathroom is not being used as just a bathroom. Yeah. No one tells you that the school bathroom evolves as you get older. Like, yes, technically, some people go in there and use it to pee, but that's almost incidental once you get to middle school. In your first couple years of school, the kids aren't as evil as when they get older. So the bathrooms are clean and usually pretty quiet. But once you get to middle school, everything changes. Schools take away recess and suddenly kids don't want to behave anymore. My very first day of middle school, I walk into the bathroom and I'm absolutely shocked. First thing I notice, the smell. There was a strong artificial scent of bubblegum, which was odd. I was thinking
that freaking vape, bro. That's how sad it is, bro. Do you know how, like, think about that for a second, bro. He's making a video talking about where everything changes at middle school and he's about to bring up, like, vaping and stuff. Dude, Middle school? You're freaking 13. You're supposed to be watching freaking Wildcrats, man. Doing like basic algebra, and you have your hands on a freaking strawberry bubblegum vape, bro. Yo, parents, you guys are scum. Why do you even exist here? What do you even do?
Must have sprayed Febreze in here. But I quickly found out that smell was coming from people vaping. How could a room smell like diarrhea?
And he's not even trolling, because in my middle schools as well, it was very similar. Like, this stuff started at middle school. It's so serious.
Bubblegum at the same time? I don't know, but it did. And in the very back stall of the bathroom, it was cloudy. I saw about 4 people's shoes under that stall, so I went over to see what was going on, because I figured they were having a bonfire or something. But no, it was just all their vape clouds. Anyways, I do my business, leave, and move on with my day. But the next day, I go back into the bathroom, wondering what I'll see today. And there's a fight happening. All these things that never happened in the bathroom in elementary school were now happening here. Now, the bathroom had an unspoken agreement when it came to fights that I learned that day. If you need to settle something, you go to the bathroom. It was basically Fight Club. But the vape...
It's because there's no cameras in the school bathrooms. They can't install cameras. If they could, they would have. Which, that would be really weird to put freaking cameras in a bathroom.
And the fights, that you expected. What you could not anticipate was the completely random stuff. One time, I walked into the bathroom, and there were 2 kids doing a speed eating contest with Lunchables. Now, I'm sure you're very confused, so let me elaborate. These kids have...
Anytime you consume an item in the school bathroom, bro, you lose like 1 year of your life, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. It's taking storm damage just being in there, bro. -2 HP, -3 HP. Why are you in that radioactive environment? And you enjoy it too? That just tells me you were born in a pigsty of just farts, wet dookies, and days old pee in a bottle, bro. Because why are you even enjoying yourself in the school bathroom? When I get in there, from the moment I walk in, it becomes a ranked lobby. I go like this, cover my nose until I'm done with my business, wash my hands, get out, and I'm afterwards. That's how you should be. If you're enjoying yourself too much in the school bathroom, there's something wrong with your head, seriously.
Lined the Lunchables up on the counter. The same counter that probably had every germ under the sun. And one kid would say, 3, 2, 1, go! Then they would build their Lunchable as fast as possible and eat it. 3 more people were just standing there watching. You may ask why they were doing this, and I was wondering that too. So I asked what was going on, and they just went,
to be honest, I don't really know.
Oh my God, bro.
Have a great day.
There's 2 things that could have happened to those kids. Either A, they got really sick from eating those Lunchables and may never recover, or B, they built up an immunity so strong, almost giving them superpowers, and they'll probably never get sick in their life again. You may wonder, why did the bathroom ever become the place where everything happened?
Or 3, they freaking got a disease and died. Too far? Is that too far? Or let me know.
Well, the answer is, this was the only spot on campus that had no adult supervision. Every hallway, every classroom, every cafeteria, someone was watching. Either cameras, teachers, or administrators. But the bathroom, it was a safe space. And we abused that. Especially on this one day, where I had 3 minutes before my next class started. I walked into the bathroom, just trying to mind my own business. But I stopped moving immediately after pushing that door open, because there's a kid, one singular kid, standing in the direct center of the bathroom. He's not near a toilet, he's not at the sink, he's in the center. And he's giving a speech. He's got the hand gestures going, making eye contact with the wall, literally looking like he's giving a TED talk.
Are you prepping for an exam?
When I walk in, he does not stop. He doesn't even flinch. I look around and think to myself,
is there some sort of audience I'm not seeing?
I mean, kinda. There's one other kid at the sink who has clearly been there for a while. He's just standing there with his wet hands. Then there's another kid using one of the urinals with his pants down to his ankles. Wasn't expecting to see the moon at 9:30 a.m. But the speech kid makes eye contact with me, and I immediately look away because I need to get in and get out so I can get to class on time. I walk to my urinal and do my business. But he's still going. I'm starting to hear him say phrases like,
and that's exactly why nobody wants to acknowledge this, but
you could tell there
is your friend ChatGPT here?
Passion in his voice, but I still don't know what he's actually talking about. So I finish, wash my hands, and I look back one more time before I leave. Now, the kid from the sink is gone, and it's just me and the speech kid left alone in there. So he definitely wasn't talking to anyone. But right as I'm about to leave the bathroom, he breaks character for the first time and goes,
because this is the reason. Hey.
He taps on the back of my shoulder, and I just go, but I reluctantly turn around towards him, and he says,
how was that? How was what? I don't even know what you just did.
Then he goes,
my speech for history. Did it sound good?
Now I figured out what he was doing. So I looked him in the eyes and said,
dude, you are going to ace that speech.
W homie right here.
Now, I had no idea what he actually said in the speech, but he said it with so much confidence that I'm sure he did great. But that situation perfectly described the bathroom. Anything you needed to do, the bathroom was the spot for it. And the teachers knew this. Because contrary to popular belief, I'm pretty sure teachers themselves actually went to school once too.
So that's true. People be forgetting. And also, they probably tried that same method to try to take the bathroom pass and go for like long extended trips. They know better.
They knew all the tips and tricks about the bathroom. They would be suspicious about what was happening in there. And that knowledge changed everything about how they handled the bathroom request. You'd raise your hand, say,
Can I go to the bathroom?
And the teacher would just look at you like you insulted her mother. As if asking to go pee is the most vile thing you could possibly do. They don't say anything. They just lock eyes directly with you.
Just disappointed at your existence? Yeah.
To see if you really need to
Happens
use the
a lot.
bathroom or if you're going there to do something else. And the problem is, the more innocent you try to look, the more guilty you actually look. Finally, they usually...
To be fair, to play devil's advocate, when you're using the bathroom, it doesn't say what intended use you're using the bathroom for, so you don't have to actually be taking number 2 or number 1 to be using the bathroom. You just need to be using the bathroom in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, go ahead to the bathroom, but you can tell by their tone of voice that you better get back quickly because they're suspicious of you. Now, I understand why the teachers were annoyed about the bathroom, but I think they were a bit dramatic about it. Like, teachers should not be asking, why do you need to go to the bathroom? Genuinely, what do you think I'm gonna say? To find the cure for pneumonia? No, I'm going to pee!
And like, you could just lie too. That doesn't really feel effective at all.
If I was going to mess around, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah,
but the
like
most
what?
rage bait thing a teacher could say when you ask to go to the bathroom is,
I don't know. Can you?
listen, teach, I did not wake up at 6:30 a.m. to go to my least favorite place on earth, and then right when I have to pee or my bladder is gonna explode, you say, I don't know, can you go to the bathroom? W rage bait from the teacher.
Yeah, literally rage bait, like what?
To be honest, I can't even lie. It would have my face turning red just thinking about it. But the teachers were able to outsmart all of us. They found a way to make sure none of us ever messed around. And that was by giving us
Assigned
bathroom
seats.
passes. Because holding a baseball
yeah.
bat while you have to go pee is gonna fix everything, apparently. Teachers made the bathroom pass as inconvenient.
Yo, if you get spotted by your crush, like walking throughout the hallways or something, and you're holding a damn baseball bathroom pass bat thing, that's gotta be really embarrassing. That or like friends being like, yo, what are you doing?
As possible on purpose. Giant wooden boards, laminated signs the size of a textbook. One teacher I had gave us hall passes that were literally plungers. Do you know how embarrassing it was to walk out of the bathroom after using it with a plunger in your hand? It looked like I committed some evil acts in there. So to all the teachers watching this, because obviously everyone's teacher is a fan of Tyler Vitelli, please stop with the bathroom passes. I promise they're not working for their intended purposes.
They will give you a stop sign, a stop light, a freaking moving truck, put it in your hands, and then say, oh, this is the template, bro.
Anything? Some kids are probably using them as weapons. But you know what makes the teachers not letting students use the bathroom so frustrating? They never had to use these bathrooms themselves. Because I remember
Well, he said earlier that they went to school, so maybe they did. Who knows?
specific day I found out teachers have their own bathroom. A separate bathroom. Not the wet floor disaster zone that students used. Their own private bathroom that was actually clean. With real toilet paper. Soap that had a normal consistency. And when I found this out, I could no longer go to the student bathroom every day just knowing there was a better world out there. So I knew I had to figure out a way to start using the teacher's bathroom.
So did they not just put cameras near the bathroom then?
Down a hallway that students weren't supposed to be in. There were no classes down that way, which meant if you were caught in that area, the teachers would be very suspicious. So I came up with a plan. I'd get the bathroom pass during class, check the illegal hallway to make sure the coast is clear, and go down it. I never tried doing it during lunch. Too risky. But while in class, I thought I could beat it. So I walked slow, check left, checked right, and then I push open the door like it might have an alarm on it. And on the other side, it's a normal bathroom. Clean sink, soap dispensers, toilets with no dookie on
This
them.
happened to me too, bro, when I went to the security bathroom. One day I just went and it was just unlocked, bro. Greatest day of my life. I took the most glorious, massive, luxurious, and Marvel dump that I will never forget from my life, bro. Deadass.
Paper towels that were actually paper towels. The kind that exist in the adult world and don't disintegrate when they make contact with you. Now this was-
And it's weird because like these schools will do all this extra stuff for the teachers or like the security or the faculty, but when it's kids, they are not getting the same quality of stuff. Now granted, the kids are ruining the school bathrooms on all age levels, but brother, have somebody monitor it or something. There's different ways you can fix this.
a long time ago, so I may not be remembering this correctly, but I'm pretty sure I shed a tear when I walked in there. I then used the bathroom. It was a beautiful experience. But as I was mid-hand wash, I hear footsteps in the hallway right outside the door. Slow, purposeful, teacher-paced footsteps. So I freeze.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if it's a secret talent or something, but I could always tell whose footsteps is what based on how it sounds, you know?
Hands still wet over the sink, completely still, not making a noise. The footsteps stop right outside the door. I'm not breathing for a full 5 seconds, but then they keep walking. I stand there for another 30 seconds after I can't hear them anymore, just in case it's a trap, and then
I would have LARPed it so hard, bro. I would have taken videos and be like, yo, Teach gave me special privileges.
My hands, compose myself, and open the door. But after opening that door, I see the teacher at the end of the hallway, and she can see me. So I speed walk around the corner to disappear from her as fast as possible. And luckily, I don't think she had the best eyes, because I never got caught. Using the teacher's bathroom was risky, but man, was it worth it. Now,
See, that's why I can't do the job of the teacher paying attention to the students, because my eyes are trash. If I wear no glasses, I'm gonna not be able to see anything.
everyone who's watching this right now, I want you to stand up and give a round of applause. Come on, everyone watching. Why are you still sitting down right now? Get up!
Bro, I'm doing it from sitting down, man. Relax, chill, bro. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Good boy. Now, what are we giving this?
Don't you freaking good boy me, dude. No. I didn't even get up, bro. You can't even hit me with that, bro. It didn't work. It failed because I saw through it. I am the master manipulator. Yo, what am I doing, dude?
Round of applause for the janitors.
Oh,
Because
yes.
with all these terrifying bathroom experiences I've been telling you, there was a person whose entire job was to walk in after us and deal with what we
MVPs of campus.
left behind. Think about what a school janitor actually encounters. They
Everything.
open that door knowing, not guessing, but knowing that whatever is on the other side is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Even if you're a janitor, your best possible day is still a nightmare. Let's just say somehow no pee is on the floor, no one lit a toilet on fire. You still have to get down and dirty. And
Bro,
clean.
janitors should get paid way more. I understand, like, they don't do a ton of stuff because they're just cleaning and they're not that valuable in the grand scheme of things when it comes to certain jobs and workforce relation stuff. But, dude, the amount of work that they have to do that no other human would put up for, I really think that the salary should increase.
The toilets. The list goes Navy SEALs, school janitors, Arsenal fans, then surgeons. What
Whoa.
am I talking about? People
Why the Gooners, bro? If y'all didn't know Arsenal fans, I think they're called Gooners, right? I learned that from my soccer friends.
with the strongest mentalities. Because you gotta be one resilient person to wake up every morning knowing that the next 8 hours of your life is gonna be straight up just cleaning doo-doo
Yeah.
and still accept it anyway. Now, if
One
you
thing about school bathrooms, bro, and janitors that really messes me up is when people say, oh, don't worry, it's their job. I can tell you were raised. As a matter of fact, you were not raised. You were raised by social media. You're fatherless, you're motherless, you're siblingless, you're cousinless. You're without love in your life. You have nobody on your side, nobody in your corner to back you. Nobody likes you. Nobody finds entertainment in you. All you do is seek attention, and you ruin people's days because you are a loser who needs to develop their brain, bro. I don't know how to say it any nicer than that. So somebody out there being like, oh, it's their job to clean it up, so they just go whoopsie and throw stuff around and break stuff and do all this extra stuff. You are a loser.
seen my video about school bus drivers, you would know I said whatever they're getting paid, it wasn't enough. But you can go ahead and multiply that by 1,000 with school janitors.
Yes.
There is no dollar amount that is enough to do that job. And if any janitors are watching this, comment down below, because I want everyone in the comment section to show love to you. And also, I'm sorry for missing the toilet so many times when peeing. I promise I try to be accurate, but sometimes I would have multiple streams and I couldn't control where it went.
Bro,
and
sometimes you could be so accurate, but the velocity messes it up because it's shooting so hard that it bounces off the water, and the surface tension of the water can't handle the liquids and keep it inside, so therefore it likes to jump out and go everywhere all around. I know how you feel, bro.
Yeah, you get it. Now, janitors are supposed to be people who fix the bathroom, but there was one time where fixing the bathroom went very, very wrong. Because my school had 2 floors, and in one of the classes I had, there was a bathroom on the 2nd floor directly above it.
Okay.
I knew of this, but I never really thought about it until one very tragic afternoon where I'm sitting in class and I feel something hit my hand. It's small and wet. I look down and it's a little drop of water on my finger.
Okay.
So I look up at the ceiling and see nothing, and I just go back to what I was doing. But then there's another drop. I watch it fall from the ceiling, and now a small dark spot has appeared on the tile
Whoa.
directly above
That is
me.
not rain, bro.
I look around, and a few other people have started to notice. The drops are coming slowly. One drop, wait a few seconds, then another one. And something in my brain, probably the temporal lobe or whatever, said to me,
You know what would be funny? Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out.
Ew.
Cast the next drop of water in your mouth. People would think it's so funny.
so I did that. I
The
told
only chance I would do this is if it was snow. And after I learned that snow is dirty because of pollution and stuff, I wouldn't even do this for snow.
to my head back, opened my mouth, stuck my tongue out, and caught a drop of water. Some people laughed. My teacher made a face, and I did it again. Now, it had been raining that day, so we figured there was just a leak somewhere in the building, and it was rainwater. But
Okay.
then it started dripping faster, to the point where the teacher was like,
Tyler, let's move your desk so you're not getting hit by these drops of water anymore.
my teacher grabs a trash can, shoves it under the leak, relocates me, and now we're all just watching a trash can fill up with sealing liquid.
Okay.
But 5 minutes later, the door opens, and it's a guy in a plumber's outfit. He looks at the trash can, he looks at the ceiling, he looks at my teacher, and then he says,
Has there been a leak in here?
my teacher just points towards the trash can, which is now
Bro.
visibly filling up, and the plumber goes,
Oh yeah, sorry. I loosened one of the valves in the toilet upstairs and it must have been leaking.
Why are you making it sound like such a non-issue, bro?
Everyone looks at me because we're all registering what this means at the same time. The drops I had been catching on my tongue weren't from the rain.
Oh my god, it's from the freaking school toilet! Oh my gosh, bro!
No, as much as I wish it was, it wasn't. The
How
drops
did
of
how did the drops not burn a hole through your face like corrosive acid?
water were coming from the upstairs toilet. I was drinking doo-doo water! water. I immediately raised my hand to ask her if I could go to the bathroom to, I don't know, throw up, and she let me go. I went home that day terrified for my life because I knew there was a strong possibility that me and the kids eating Lunchables off the counter were probably gonna end up in the ER together. Now, I didn't just say that story to trash on plumbers. No, they can fix a lot. But there is a small period of time between when you have a problem in the bathroom and the plumber shows up to fix it where something very bad can happen. I found that out in the worst possible way. So there was a day where I had to go number 2. And if you haven't noticed by now, almost every school bathroom nightmare happens because you decide to take a dump in it. So never do that. But I've been holding
I'm surprised he hasn't said the one where like his friends see it and go, hey, yo, is somebody taking a dump in here? And then immediately use it as a cue to harass them. Grab the trash can, launch it over the stall, throw water, soap, toilet paper, balls, everything and all at once at you. I'm surprised.
All morning. The bathroom had been looking rough and I kept thinking,
I'll wait. I can make it to lunch.
But before lunch came, I couldn't hold it any longer. I had to go. I walked in and the floor was wet, but a specific kind of wet this time. Not the usual mystery moisture. There was a thin, flat, even layer of actual water covering the whole floor. Like if I touched—
It's not water. Welcome to urination, buddy.
The ground, the water was literally up to here. But my body was done waiting. I had to release whatever was inside me. So I tiptoed to the stall, trying not to get my shoes wet, and I handled the situation. Took about 10 minutes, did my thing, and then I stood up. I looked at the toilet and tried to be a kind person, which is what got me hurt. Because what did I do? I flushed. The toilet made a sound like the building itself was saying,
oh my God.
No. You're not flushing today.
So instead of the water going down, it started coming out.
Oh my God, that's the worst, bro.
The bowl, but from the base of the toilet connected to the ground.
If this was me, I would have just walked off and said it's not my problem, bro. Unless you can prove it was me, that it's not me, bro. It wasn't me, I didn't do it.
Slowly at first, then faster. And I started to realize now why there may have already been a layer of water on the floor. I personally knew I was not responsible for breaking this toilet. I just happened to use it at the worst time. But if I told someone what happened, would they believe me? Or would they think I was responsible for turning the bathroom into a lagoon? Because the water did not stop coming out. So it got to the point where it was leaking outside the bathroom into the carpet in the halls.
Oh my God.
People were noticing. And
this is such a mold hazard, bro. If you guys don't know how bad mold is for you, I urge you to do some research, especially on stuff like black mold. Crazy disgusting.
Sorry, I had to put me first in this situation. So I left the bathroom before anyone could put the blame on me.
Facts.
The water was still spilling out, but I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to look guilty. I'm freaking out just thinking one thing.
Please? I mean, I'm gonna be real. You're not gonna flood the whole school, bro. It's gonna be fine. Somebody's gonna fix it eventually, bro. Even if it gets a little bad, like, it's good dad lore, I guess.
Do not find out I did this.
That bathroom was caution taped for a full week. For 7 days, I walked past it, and I don't know what it looked like inside there at the time, but based on the fact that it was closed for 7 days, I think it's fair to say it must have gotten significantly worse in the 3 hours between when I left and when someone discovered this situation.
Bro, you really just like messed it all up, dude. That's crazy. And then they followed the leader, they followed the pack, and they started just making it even worse. Either way, that's gonna do it for today's video. That was the worst problems with the school bathrooms. There's a lot of stuff that he mentioned that I didn't think about originally, like the school toilet papers being terrible and taking a dump in general being a bad idea because your friends see you or random people see you and it's like the funniest thing ever, quote unquote. Sometimes people would take videos that's very disgusting and predatory and weird. He did touch on like the strawberry cloud freaking vaping stuff, and then he didn't talk about like the school gooners, surprisingly, but he did talk about just how dirty and nasty it is. Either way, my advice to you guys, don't use the school bathrooms if you don't have to. Only use it in case of emergency, and if you do, if you want to make a mental note, go to the bathroom before you get to school and after you get home, bro. But the school bathroom, bro, you're better off going to like a local store or something, maybe trying to use that one. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join Discord, link in the description. Let me know what you want to check out next on the channel. With that being said, it's Love It Law. I love you, and I'm out.